Hi everyone, welcome to Sandra's Bible Tales. Today I'm going to continue with the book of 2 Samuel in chapter 21. It says that there was a 3-year famine, and David went to inquire of God to see why this famine was going on, and the Lord told him it's because of something Saul had done. And so David went to the Gibeonites and he said, look, what can I do as atonement for what Saul did to you guys? And they said, we want 7 sons out of who belong to the generations of Saul, and we want to hang them. So David did what they asked, and as soon as they did that, the famine went away. Of course, he didn't give them what's his name? Meshophobet, I believe was his name, Jonathan Mephibosheth, because that's the one that would eat at the table with him. So this tells us something. This tells us that whenever there's a famine in a land, like if you look at places that are poor, like maybe, or that are bound, like maybe Cuba, Africa, Haiti, Venezuela, places like this, what's going on in the atmosphere or in that country, it's not for no reason. It's because of something someone did to offend God. It's because of a sin that was committed that gave the enemy legal right to operate. And although we don't see it in the spiritual realm, we see it in the physical realm. For example, these places that I mentioned, most all of them, what happens with them is that they do practice a lot of idolatry and witchcraft. And of course, that brings forth evil spirits of poverty, etc. You name it, they're there. So that happens. That's one of the things that happen. Then another thing that happens is that it says that God caused David to want to count and get a census of the men that were fighting in the war. Now, if you count the people that are in the war, what that's saying is basically that you're not trusting God, that you're going to win the victory, but that you're trusting in human effort about, oh, how many men do we have? Because if we have 1,000 and they have 500, then we're going to win. So David says, I want a census. And of course, he provoked God. And because of that, God says, I'm going to give you 3 punishments that you can choose from. And from the 3, David says, well, I choose the one that is of God, because I know that men will not have mercy, but God will have mercy. So God sends his angels and they start destroying the city and the people. And David says, please stop. He says, look, I'm the one that sinned. Don't let the people pay for this, but let me pay for it, So he repents before God, and God, he does stop it. He tells the angel to stop killing the people. And then says, when David saw the angel who was spitting the people, he spoke to the Lord and said, behold, I have sinned and have done wickedly, but these sheep, what have they done? Let your hand, I pray you, be against me and against my father's house. And then God came to David and said, go up, rear an altar to the Lord on the threshing floor of Araunah, the Jebusite. So David went up according to God's word as the Lord commanded. Araunah looked and saw the king and his servants coming towards him. Now this man told the king, look, you can have everything. You can have everything for free. You can worship. You can do whatever you want. And David said, no, I'm not going to give anything to God that is free. Like, I'm not going to do that. It says, Araunah said, why has my lord the king come to me, his servant? And David said, to buy the threshing floor from you, to build there an altar to the Lord, that the plague may be stayed from the people. And Araunah said to David, let my lord the king take and offer up what seems good to him. Behold, here are oxen and burnt sacrifice and threshing instruments and the yokes of the oxen for wood. All this, O king, Araunah gives to the king. And Araunah said to the king, the Lord your God accept you. But King David said to Araunah, no, but I will buy it from you for a price. I will not offer burnt offerings to the Lord my God of what which cost me nothing. So David said, you're crazy. Like, there's no way that I'm going to do this for free. Like, when I give something to God, I want it to cost me. Like, he's worthy of a price, So he pays, I believe it was 50 shekels for that. So, and then the story of 2 Samuel ends there. So thanks for watching Sandra's Bible Tales. Have a nice day, and we will continue next time with 1 Kings.